I did not plan to shoot two with one. All right, opening day of turkey season 2025, spring turkey. Whew, ended up getting it done this morning. Really great story, 2 toms, 1 shot. Using my dad's 12 gauge Remington pump. My first time actually ever using this gun for a turkey hunt, and will not be my last time. Using my nor'easter game call that I have. So yeah, 2 nice toms, 1 shot. So roosted, geez, a big flock last night. So kind of knew where I was headed in the morning. Got out there, 4:15. Lots of deer in that field. Actually ended up getting busted by a couple of deer. The wind was kind of swirling. And so the turkeys were not far up, so the deer started blowing, and so I kind of thought I was busted. The deer eventually ended up sauntering off. 5 toms this morning I saw come down, 3 hens, 5 toms. I had my decoys out, did some calls. They just weren't, I think they were kind of spooked still by the deer over kind of closer to where I was. So I just kind of moved up to the other edge of the field. So I packed up. I had found 3 or 4 different flocks last night. So I had a couple different places to go. Rode into another spot. I ended up seeing a couple toms, but just couldn't get around to them. Went home quick, coffee refill, let the dogs out. I'm really lucky that I can hunt really close to home. So then thought I would just kind of finish the morning out really back where I started. Just kind of knew I was just going to sit. I knew that those turkeys were there. I was just going to sit. Kind of saw one on the drive in. Went down to a lower field that kind of had a rise. So skirted in, was able to set up my decoys and just kind of sat. Threw a couple calls, no response, just kind of sat. And then way down across the field, I ended up seeing 2 more toms, and I don't know necessarily where they came from, but they ended up working their way this way. One saw my decoys, did a couple calls. I called back. He didn't necessarily want anything to do with it. So they kind of had headed up back to where all the other turkeys had gone. So I just said, okay, I'm just going to settle in. There's a lot of turkeys here. It's gorgeous out, 65 degrees, sunny. It's just gorgeous. Wait all spring to turkey hunt in weather like this. So beautiful. I'm just kind of sitting there. I would stand up once just to kind of look down, see if I could see anything. And I didn't see any action. So I said, no, I'm give it 15, 20 more minutes, go back for lunch. And then I had kind of anticipated turkeys coming from my left. So I was kind of snuggled into a fir tree with my decoys kind of off to the right in front of me. So I'm sitting there and I hear something to my right, right in the woods, something big. Oh, and I was kind of not ready. Kind of a mistake, but kind of not ready, as in just my gun was down. And I was a little exposed on that side. So in comes one, I catch motion, and it's 1 tom, and he is coming in hot for my decoy. And okay, don't move, just wait, he'll get distracted, but this is it. In comes another tom. So, and they are just, kind of going around the decoy. I have a little Jake decoy and kind of going around it. And so I'm just ever so slowly, raising up, and thank goodness they were kind of right there. I did not plan to shoot 2 with 1, but just the way that they were. So I just let it go, and they both just tipped over backwards and kind of rolled down the hill, and I just couldn't even believe it. My first turkeys I ever shot years ago, I shot actually 2 Jakes with 1 shot, and have never even been close to ever shooting 2 turkeys with 1 shot again. Yeah, but they're good ones. They're totally mature toms, so he'll take the breast out, and I always save the feathers for my basket. So went to the local country store and tagged them. Yeah, so I think it's time for a beer. So last night I did up some turkey nuggets, made up sort of just a jazzed up barbecue sauce to dip them in. I also did my smelts up last night and also made a wild turkey ramp pizza in the cast iron. Garlic, mushroom, green pepper, wild turkey, delicious. True North lifestyle, totally using all of the animal.